Welcome back, and thanks for being here this Wednesday. We're counting down the final few days of August. We're also looking ahead to Heritage Days in Magoffin County, officially underway as of 6 o'clock with opening ceremonies, the baby pageants tonight. And then, of course, I will go over real quickly your list of activities for the rest of the celebration before I leave you this evening. At the same time, or near to, we'll talk about what the weather is going to do and has to say about all those events. I can tell you a weak cold front coming in is going to give us some clouds and a slight chance of some showers and storms. Not a great threat during the overnight. And then I expect temperatures to peak back up to right around 90 degrees for a couple of days, even throughout your, what I hope is extended holiday weekend for most everyone, if not all. And then another system early next week puts us back into the low and mid-80s. More clouds, more showers, more storms. If you're going to try to make some plans for the holiday weekend, you need to try to make plans to catch the updated forecast in just a few moments. A lot of local headlines that I will get to in just a few moments. Beginning, though, tonight we'll start with a couple of things from around the Bluegrass State. With a multi-million-dollar grant to kick things off this evening on the program, where elected leaders from both sides of the aisle, including our Governor Beshear and House Majority Leader Rocky Atkins, as well as Senator McConnell and Representative Andy Barr, and many, many others were all on hand in announcing a $20 million federal grant that is aimed to put Kentucky in the realm of finding new sources of energy, specifically from plants and chemicals. Those leaders and others were on hand today to announce the $20 million federal grant that will be divided up between all 8 of the Kentucky colleges and universities across the Bluegrass State. Those researchers at those respective facilities and institutions will look for new ways to try to generate energy from chemicals as well as plants. And as they have since the last month, I believe December of 2012, if I'm not mistaken, the Kentucky Board of Education will maintain complete and total control of the Breathitt County School District after a unanimous vote last evening. And they're going to keep control perhaps for 3 more years even from now. Our State Education Commissioner Terry Holliday said that the continued management was greatly needed so that students will continue making progress. The school board not happy at all with the decision. They say that their powers, at least in part, should have been restored to some degree because they have a great understanding, especially with the past several years of the state's involvement, as to what their students really need within the Breathitt County school system. Now, it all goes back to the late 2012. The year of 2012 in December of that year when an audit found what they only determined to be very significant issues and problems. Another audit was done sometime later and also found while there were some improvements, there were still some issues with that school system, which will once again stay under state control at least through 2017, or possibly I should say, possibly up through 2017, but definitely for now. Well, I knew it was going to happen yesterday. We couldn't get the information relayed to us before airtime, and I taped the program just a bit early yesterday. But I do now have complete details about Morgan County Judge Executive, who was released on bond pending his sentencing after the Morgan County Judge Executive, which still holds that post, admitted in federal court yesterday that he did solicit and accept over $100,000 in illegal kickbacks from a Magoffin County bridge contractor. In yet another case of greed and political corruption in eastern Kentucky, Morgan County Judge Executive Tim Conley did plead guilty in Lexington yesterday before U.S. District Judge Gregory Van Tatenhoff to a charge of honest services mail fraud. Now, in a statement released to the newsroom here, Carrie B. Harvey, the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Kentucky, says, quote, "The people of Morgan County placed their trust in Tim Conley, electing him as their judge executive. Mr. Conley admitted in open court, though, that he has betrayed the good people of Morgan County through the operation of an elaborate and criminal kickback scheme. This was not a one-time lapse in judgment. Mr. Conley essentially transformed the public office he held to a criminal enterprise in order to serve his own purposes. The people of Morgan County deserved better, and the price of his sort of criminal conduct is steep. It says we take no part of our responsibilities more seriously than the prosecution of corrupt public officials. Our law enforcement partners are to be congratulated for their superb work in this matter, and along with them, we will remain vigilant in the fight against public corruption in our district." Conley in court yesterday admitted that between early 2009 through August of 2013, he rigged the county's competitive bidding process to ensure that contracts for certain Morgan County bridges were awarded to PBTH-NOJJ Construction Company of Sagersville, a bridge construction company owned by Kenneth and Ruth Gamble. Conley admitted that As part of the scheme, he directed Kenneth Gamble to deliver kickbacks to him from the proceeds of the construction company's bridge contracts. For example, in 2013, Connolly secretly altered bid documents for 3 bridges to ensure that the Gamble's construction company would receive the contract to build each bridge, and Connolly then got $15,000 per bridge and accepted $45,000 in cash from Kenneth Gamble for those 3 bridges alone. According to the plea agreement, these kickbacks were part of a scheme to defraud the citizens of Morgan County of their right to Connolly's honest services. Connolly and the Gambles were all indicted in December of 2013. Last month, Kenneth and Ruth Gamble each pleaded guilty themselves to conspiring to launder the proceeds of Connolly's kickback scheme. Connolly is scheduled to be officially sentenced on December the 2nd. He faces a maximum prison sentence of 20 years and a fine of $250,000. Meanwhile, the Gambles, Kenneth and Ruth of McGoffin County, are to be sentenced prior to that. They are scheduled to be sentenced on the 18th day of November. They each face a maximum of 20 years in prison. However, they each face double the fine of Connolly, up to a $500,000 fine each, from what I understand. Of course, all the sentencing guidelines will be imposed by the court after consideration per the U.S. sentencing guidelines and the federal statutes there, too. We'll have to wait and see exactly what the plea agreement does contain, which has not been made public as of yet. I'll be right back. Got company coming? Looking to visit Sagersville and family, or just get away? Then come stay with us in one of 2 newly restored and uniquely appointed lofts over downtown, filled with history throughout. With a luxurious touch, king beds, free Wi-Fi, HD TV, and enough comfort to sleep 1 to 10 guests, book your stay at the Mortimer Lofts by emailing toreachsue@yahoo.com, find him on Facebook, or call 349-3299. Get ready, baby, or get baby ready with a simply adorable selection at the seasonal shop with bibs and blankets and bags, onesies and jammies, the cutest of outfits and matching accessories for thing 1, thing 2, or thing 3. Hooded bath towels by Zucchini, bubble bath paints, blocks, bears, puzzles, picture frames, and shelves and shelves and shelves more. Find an absolutely perfect gift for the most precious of gifts at Fraser's Prater Drugs Seasonal Shop in downtown Sagersville. Spend less time waiting or in line for your prescriptions or refills and get the care you need with the quality and convenience that matters most at Parkway Pharmacy, your exclusive provider of the finest in vitamins and supplements by Windmill Vitamins. Come in or drive through 8:30 till 6:30 Monday through Friday, or call Parkway Pharmacy 349-4400.
At the end of every race, Mark Martin hangs up his driving gloves. He hangs up his fire suit. And he hangs up his helmet. Which is why he picks up his phone and opens the ER Extra app. The app shows ER Extra wait times, locations, and more. It's the one safeguard Mark Martin is never without. ER Extra at Paul B. Hall Regional Medical Center. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
Regardless of where you want to ride, you can be riding on a brand new Kawasaki or Polaris for less at M&M Power Sports in Staffordsville. New Kawasaki's for the dirt, the street, or both, and ATVs and side-by-sides for every stage of enthusiasts to fish, hunt, haul, or play. And with rebates up to $1,300 and financing as low as 3.99%, it's never been easier to ride it, buy it, and start your next adventure at Kentucky's Power Sports Authority since 1964, M&M Power Sports. Whether it's for you to relax and get away, or a place for all the kids to splash and play, or both, keep cool in your new pool with Baker's Pool Supply of Irvin. Nearly 40 years of experience and the highest quality products and services at prices the competition can't touch. Plus parts, cleaning, chemicals, repair, service, and maintenance for any pool of any age you already own. Call for in-ground install specials at 1-800-633-7102 or go to bakerspoolsupply.com. Join everyone at Sagersville Nursing and Rehabilitation Center this August in wishing the happiest of birthdays to the people we care for the most, your family and ours. To our residents and staff, happy birthday.
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Well, there has to be just a bit of irony with this next report, one that I hope to follow up on tomorrow as we've made arrangements to talk with our friend Ian. The irony being that when I met him on the Mountain Parkway, it was in the harshest of conditions that anyone could be walking next door, much less across the United States. Conditions cold and wet that literally put him in the hospital for days. Now, in our latest update from our new friend, he had just woken up from an earthquake and is close to seeing the end of his journey become a reality. Surely you recall the footage and the story and some follow-ups since late March of this year. One of the coldest, rainiest days that we had seen. A phone call alerted me to a man walking across the nation. This time, as we've seen several individuals do so for a different reason than any of those prior to. In honor of his brother Ryan, who sadly had taken his life only a few months prior after battling mental illness for many years. Now his trip is 6 months in the making. Today is day 179. The foundation of the mission behind it, spreading awareness surrounding the reality of mental illness, he says, a reality that is often overlooked, hidden in the shadows, polluted by stigma, or suffered with in silence. And along the way from the East Coast to the West, he has countless stories and new friends that he has made along the way and shared with us and others, all the while raising a great deal of awareness, and I'm sure perhaps more than he ever thought, to his brother and the situations that took his life, in hopes that it will not have the same effect on someone further down the road.
Here, just because there's a couple neat things about the area, even though it doesn't really smell like roadkill. Terrible place to sit down. One smell I never got used to on this trip. But right now where we're sitting, we're almost exactly on the epicenter of where this earthquake the other night had occurred. We're in a little place called American Canyon, and that 6.0 earthquake that hit, originated from this area. And never been in an earthquake before. 3:20 in the morning, woke up. I thought for some reason Jake had woken up and was shaking my bed back and forth for some reason. But after kind of getting my bearings and waking up a little bit, looking outside, the pool and the hot tub that was outside, all the water was kind of like just flying out of it, and the whole building just was rocking back and forth. It was the weirdest feeling in the world, and I'll be happy never to be in another one again, but I'd be lying to say it wasn't kind of cool to actually have been in, but nonetheless, my prayers and sympathies go out for the families who lost their homes, and all the damage that was done up in Napa Valley and American Canyon. Just really, prayers go out, and hopefully those who are in the hospital, recovering from injuries will get better soon. But yeah, making our way into the town of Vallejo today, only about 11 miles. We have 5 miles left to do. Nice short day, but great reason to be happy today.
That reason being, Ian says, because, he just got notice that he was going to be able to continue his projected path, so to speak. He has to check with certain states and different counties as he progresses, because some highways do not allow foot traffic, and he has to call ahead. But all have been very gracious, he says, and very cooperative with his cause. But the other reason, he had just met his family. Well, at the time of that message, which was issued Monday, he had not. But that evening was going to meet his parents. They've already flown out to California in anticipation of his final few steps. He was taking a day off today in the town of Novato. It was there that he was going to be speaking with a director there locally of the NAMI organization, and he was doing a presentation at a Sonoma high school. Tomorrow he is back on trek, and as you can see, the distance between the last green balloon and the orange balloon, which is the final destination in San Francisco, Ian has nearly trekked across this entire nation of ours in only a few short steps and miles away, with his final few steps literally only 2 to 3 days from now. For the past couple of months, he's been accompanied by his friend Jake, who joined him on the path somewhere, not quite, I can't even recall what state. Nevertheless, he's been trekking his way with him. And then he got to see his parents last evening, who have flown out, as I said, and then we'll get a chance to talk to him before the week's end as he bears down on the last leg of his journey, which is just simply unfathomable to most of us as we sit in awe of the inspirational event that he has led and taken us all on. I look forward to having more from Ian Cummins very soon. For now, you can find him, of course, on Facebook at Ian Walks America is his page. His website is also the same, and there you can keep up with him. You better hurry, because this journey, this chapter, while we suspect there will be many more, this one will be nearing an end in just the coming days. From there, we're going to switch on over. We'll walk on over. Pardon the pun, had to go there. To tonight's community calendar, brought to you by McGoffin Farm Bureau. 2 more volunteer trainings. If you're going to volunteer in your child's school, let me back that up. I took a little too long. If you're going to volunteer, you have to have these trainings, and there are 2 more opportunities this week, and they're both tomorrow at Harold Whitaker Middle School at 9:30 and North McGoffin Elementary at 1:30 in the afternoon. Volunteer trainings at those times, and this is your last chance if you're planning on volunteering throughout the school year at any of the schools, your child's or otherwise. And don't forget about the Shoes for Haiti 5K Glow Run Walk. This is one of your last reminders, because if you pre-register between now and Friday, you get that super cool T-shirt. The walk isn't until September the 26th that evening at 9:30 in the Ramey Park. But if you want to run or walk, get a free T-shirt out of the deal and help support their mission. This comes from New Generation, and their church is sponsoring this drive to raise money. All of the proceeds going to purchase shoes for children in Haiti. This comes from the First Church of God. They're having their annual homecoming with their auction and services combined. Friday at 7, Saturday at 7, then Sunday morning beginning at 11. The dinner and auction will follow Sunday services. And Pastor Dallas Patrick and everyone at the Fritz Church of God says, come on over to their annual homecoming. Come on over to the community calendar whenever you've got an announcement, birthday or otherwise, and we'll let everyone know what you've got planned or who you want to say a special happy birthday or anniversary to. Here are tonight's funeral service announcements, brought to you by the McGoffin County Funeral Home. With services to be held tomorrow at 1 in honor of 44-year-old Robert Michael Howard of Flat Fork Road, who passed away Monday, the son of Carol Salyer Howard and the late Billy Howard. He's also survived by sons Herman Howard and Eddie Howard, and brother Billy Dean Howard. Funeral services are going to be held once again tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock from the Flat Fork Free Will Baptist Church. Burial will follow at the Sloan Howard Cemetery on Flat Fork. The family will welcome friends for the rest of this evening and tomorrow prior to funeral services. Arrangements under the direction of the Sagersville Funeral Home. And services are to be announced for 84-year-old Betty Smith of Mudlick Road in McGoffin County, preceded in death by her husband William. She is survived by daughter Elizabeth Venters and sisters Mary Elizabeth Preston, Omega Bull, and brother Henry Ratliff. A memorial service celebrating the life of Betty is going to be announced at a later time on behalf of the Sagersville Funeral Home.
If you have been in a serious wreck, do you really think that you are in good hands of the insurance companies when you have lost wages, medical bills, and pain and suffering from your head to your toes? The answer is no. If you want to truly be in good hands, give me a call. I'm attorney Donald Wayne McFarland. Let me put my 20 years of experience in working to protect the rights of injured people to work for you. 349-9000.
Everybody wants a DQ ice cream cake for their birthday, but what about when it's not your birthday or someone's that you know? Problem solved. Get that same creamy chocolate and vanilla soft serve fudge and those awesome chocolate crunchies in our new cupcakes made just for 1 or maybe 2. And if you only like the cookie a little, you're still going to absolutely love the Chips Ahoy Blizzard of the Month, all where you get the $5 lunch and breakfast till 11 in the a.m. Monday through Thursday and till noon Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and everything else on the menu from open till close. Your Sagersville DQ. To anyone else, it might just be Thursday, but around here, it's Dipper Day at your Sagersville Lee's, where a plate full of big white chunks of crispy chicken, 2 homemade sides, and a big buttery biscuit is only $4.99, and only $4.29 after 4 o'clock. So for lunch, a night free from the kitchen, or to cater your next big family or business gathering, call your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe. Save big at Premier Auto, an 02 Hyundai Sonata, only $37.50. An 07 Pontiac G5, only $39.50. And an 09 Buick LaCrosse, just $99.50. An 06 Rhino, only 1,200 miles, just $69.50. And 100 miles per gallon, no driver's license, and no insurance needed. New scooters cut $500 to just $9.95 at Premier Auto in Paintsville. Sagersville National lets you go mobile with their new banking app. That's right, you can view your account and balance, transfer money, pay bills, and yes, deposit checks right from your phone from wherever you are. Just download the Sagersville National Bank app on your Android, iPad, iPhone, or other device. Any phone that can connect to the internet has the capability, and you can start saving time and money today with Sagersville National Bank's new mobile app. Wherever you are, we're there for you at Sagersville National Bank. Wheel alignments, oil changes, brakes, suspension work, and tires. Thousands of tires by all the major manufacturers, all in stock and at incomparable prices. All backed with 33 years of service and experience, the area's largest tire selection, and 6 months no interest at Conley's in Paintsville.
This is the month that every bright young man and lady looks forward to. It's back to school. It's here. And Appalachian Wireless has a smart way to start the school year. Right now, every smartphone, including the Samsung GS5 and even the shiny gold one that people stand in line for, is on sale for 50% off. That's half price on every smartphone at Appalachian Wireless. It's a smart way to start the school year. Appalachian Wireless. Better service, bigger savings.
With a low-rate mortgage from Citizens National Bank, you can downsize your mortgage payment, not your home. New home or refi, Citizens gives you the personal service you deserve. And no gotcha fine print, just low rates. Stop by your nearest branch to apply today. Citizens National Bank. We take banking personally. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
The Heritage Days celebration is officially underway in McGoffin County with a whole lot of things planned over the course of the weekend. I'll take a few moments right now and we'll talk about that in more detail, specifically the schedule and whether or not Mother Nature is going to intervene. Baby pageants tonight and more cute youngsters tomorrow taking to the stage beginning at 5:30. The Little Miss and Master pageants, that's the petite, tiny, little, and junior pageants, all beginning at 5:30 tomorrow evening. The Miss Teen McGoffin County will follow up, scheduled to start at 8 p.m., and we'll be introducing to you our Miss Teen McGoffin candidates. Tomorrow, contestants would be a proper term, I guess I should say. I didn't get those in today. We were going to try to squeeze that in today, but I don't have them yet, so hopefully they'll be here tomorrow. And we'll introduce to you our Miss Teen contestants and then Miss McGoffin County contestants as well. The 4-H Pet Show starts on the cabins at 10 o'clock Friday morning. Registration starts at 9. Bring your pet, furry, cuddly, cute, or not. Slimy, slithery things work as well in all sorts of categories. Brought to you by your local McGoffin County Cooperative Extension Office. The school events start on the stage at noon, as is always, and then there'll be a big break in the action with Miss McGoffin County pageant action beginning at 8:30 Friday night. Saturday takes off running, literally, with the Kiwanis 5K. The annual race starts at 8:45. Actually, registration for the runners at the St. Louis Catholic Church begins at 8:45. The race to begin at 9. If you have any questions, call Kiwani and Bernice Patrick at 349-1379. The Heritage Days Parade with our Grand Marshals, who are past and present winners of the Sagersville Renaissance Lifetime Achievement Award, will line up at noon under the direction of the Sagersville Fire Department and Rescue Squad. Pageant winners go to Joy Mining. Floats and other entries go to the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Horses may line up at that empty lot that the county just purchased there by Mike and Benita Patrick's house. No four-wheelers or ATVs, please. And then the Heritage Day Parade will be underway after all that at 1 o'clock with the street dance literally in the streets of downtown Sagersville at 8 o'clock. And there you go. You have it in a nutshell. The question is, the only other burning question on my mind is, what's the weather going to do during all of that? Let's begin your Licking Valley RECC forecast with a look back at today. I topped out at 88 degrees after starting out at 60 this morning. Relative humidity still pretty much putting temperatures, heat indexes off the charts. We'll dip down to about 65 degrees for your low tonight. Look for some patchy fog rolling in after 3 in the a.m. under partly cloudy skies. Just a changes, though, in the weather begin to take shape tomorrow with a relatively weak cold front dipping in. A slight chance of some showers and thunderstorms, say, between 11 and noon. After that patchy fog up until about 9 a.m. We'll see partly sunny skies. Not a big weather maker, this system, but temperatures are going to fall back down to around 83. And we will have that slight chance of some showers and thunderstorms early morning, afternoon. Friday, mostly sunny and hot. The temperature dip is short-lived. 90 degrees on your Friday, a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms anytime after 2 o'clock and thereon, after we get all that heat and energy building up in the atmosphere. And for your weekend, more mostly sunny and hot conditions. 90 degrees on the dot again, maybe a tick or two above. Mostly sunny. It's going to be a hot one out there. Umbrellas and water bottles are going to be a popular sight, I would suspect, for the parade and other events. Sunday, wrapping up your weekend, we expect right now here in the newsroom another little system to roll through. This one to give us a drop down to about 84, mostly cloudy skies, and a really good shot of some showers and thunderstorms on the last half of your weekend. I'm so sad to say. Labor Day right now will recover, still holding in the low 40s, low 80s, my apologies, 84 degrees. Partly sunny skies and still a threat of showers and thunderstorms on your Monday. Might not be a total washout on Monday, but enough to maybe have to make you work around some outside conditions and alternate your plans to and fro. That's your forecast for now. Tomorrow, I'll have a new one. It will have changed to some degree. Tune in, and we'll see what's happening then. One last reminder, Little Miss and Master is tomorrow at 5:30. Those pageants say prelude to the Miss Team of Goffin County at 8. And for now, that's my time. Thank you so much for being a part of it. We'll see you back here next time for more of your news today.